Every single enterprise will soon rely on multi-agent AI systems. That's a direct quote from Google. That sounds exciting, futuristic, and even a little intimidating. But when I talk to my clients, I find that while AI agents sound like something we should all be building, there's very little information out there to help you decide what your business should be doing right now. So today, I want to cut through the hype. First, I'll show you an example of a company that's doing incredible things with AI agents today. Then we'll break down what agents actually are, and I'll give you 5 concrete steps you can take to prepare your business for the era of agentic search. Let's look at Walmart. They use a number of AI agents, each one designed for a highly specific task. First, there's Sparky. At first glance, Sparky looks like a regular chatbot, but it can do much more. You can show Sparky a picture of your pantry and it will plan recipes for you and add the missing ingredients right to your shopping cart. Walmart even expects that this kind of multimodal interface will eventually replace the traditional search bar. But that's just one agent. Where it gets really interesting is Walmart's strategy to use agents for highly specific tasks and then stitch together their outputs to solve complex problems. They have another agent called Marty. I see what you're doing there, Walmart, which works with suppliers to manage everything from onboarding to ad camp. They have another agent that's just for their store associate, helping them find things in the store or deal with HR questions. But for me, the most fascinating part of how Walmart is using agents is to create digital twins of their stores. They make 3D virtual models of their stores to test new layouts and run what-if scenarios. That digital twin might notice a refrigeration unit's about to break down. It can then automatically message a repair technician in that store and tell them exactly which parts they need and even send them an instruction manual for repair. Okay, that's amazing. But how do we get from that to something that we can use in our own businesses? First, let's cover the basics. AI agents are software systems that use AI to complete tasks and pursue goals. Agents use reasoning and planning, and they have a level of autonomy to make their own decisions, to learn and to adapt. This is where people get confused. A simple chatbot just follows a pre-programmed script. An AI assistant can help you with simple tasks, but you make the final decision. But an AI agent is proactive and can operate independently to handle complex multi-step goals. I like to think of an AI agent kind of like an employee. You give them a goal, and then they have the autonomy to figure out the best way to achieve that goal. And if they're good, they keep learning and getting better at their job. So how do they do this? Agents start with a large language model like Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude. Then they connect with tools. Think of a tool as anything with an API, like Google Search Console or maybe Stripe. They connect to these tools using something called MCP, which acts like a universal connector. It allows the language model to use a tool without needing to know the specific code for every individual tool. But what's truly game-changing is when agents start communicating with other agents. Google has a protocol for this. It's called agent-to-agent, A2A. With A2A, an AI assistant can receive a complex request from a user, like say they were planning a vacation. It can then find and communicate with specialized agents, one for booking flights, another for hotels, another for local tours, to get the whole job done. So how does it find these agents? Well, sometimes an agent will have a pre-approved list that it can draw from, but eventually there are going to be registries or catalogs that can be used to find agents that we need. Those aren't fully developed yet, but they're coming. This week, Google announced the Agents Payment Protocol. This opens up the door for agents to use shopping carts. And what I think is more interesting, for agents to pay each other. I think we'll eventually have a system where my agent finds your agent, negotiates payment, and perhaps even comes up with a plan to pay your agent more if it helps me make money or save me time. Okay, this is all incredibly interesting and powerful, but it's also overwhelming. So here are 5 things that I recommend you and your business do right now to prepare. Number 1, use a language model every day. Get your hands dirty with Gemini, with ChatGPT, with Claude, with Grok, all of them. Your goal isn't to build a massive agentic system overnight. It's to learn the language of how to talk to these models. I'd recommend that every employee in your company be tasked with learning one new thing that they can do with the language model every week. Number 2, create Gemini gems every day. Whenever you have a prompt that you use repeatedly, make a gem out of it. I expect, although it's not certain, that Google will eventually make it easy for us to turn these gems into communicating agents. Number 3, consider learning to code. You don't need to start by building a public app that you're going to make millions of dollars from. Start by creating simple tools for yourself. I made myself an RSS feed reader, and it saves me time every day. Tools like OpenAI's Codex with GPT-5 and AI Studio's build feature will get better and better, allowing non-coders to create powerful things. If you start learning the basics now, you'll be ahead of the curve. If you really want to get into building agents, I'd recommend trying to learn Google's Agent Development Kit. Number 4, test your websites with agentic browsers. Use tools like Google's Project Mariner and also ChatGPT Agent and watch them try to accomplish tasks on your site. Can they fill out your forms? Can they put products in your cart? Make sure your site is accessible to AI. And number 5, stay up to date. I honestly don't think it's time for most businesses to invest heavily in building complex systems of agents just yet. The technology is changing incredibly fast. Right now, the key is to be watching, learning, and experimenting so that when the time is right, you're ready to move. So are AI agents hype? No. But we are at the very beginning of a timeline where the way that we do business online is changing. By learning the language of LLMs, creating your own simple tools, and making sure your business is accessible to AI, you'll be perfectly positioned for the future. I've created a free resource with a bunch of information to help your team get started with preparing for the agentic web. You can check it out at mariehaynes.com/agents. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments how you're planning to use AI in your business.